Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 6. This is the 6th golden egg. This is the last day of our series. And oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that I followed the whisper to do this series. I'm so grateful for everybody who showed up every day live with me and engaged in this conversation. And this conversation is really about the truth about creating a healthy relationship with money and abundance and wealth is it's about having more life. It's about the contribution we can be. It's about being more, having more. And as I keep saying, even though I'm doing this money course, it's not about money. It's really about our relationships, a relationship to life, to ourselves, to other people, to every part of our lives. And of course, why wouldn't we want every part of our life to be wealthy? And the etymology of the word wealth means well-being, which I find it's very interesting. So, wealthy in health, wealthy in money, wealthy in relationships, wealthy in all the things. We could have it all. We don't have to just have one egg. We can have many eggs, and even beyond 6. It's infinite. So I wanted to say hi, Penny. Hi, Marion. Hi, Mimi. Hello. And, I'm so grateful for the people, even if you couldn't come on live, that a lot of people have been watching it afterwards, and I've been getting a lot of messages from people about just how these little videos are changing how they're seeing it. It's changing how people are feeling about the relationship with money just in these little short videos. So I'm really, really grateful for what this has created and what it'll create in the future. And if you have friends in your life that are struggling with this relationship, please feel free to share these videos. These videos are my gift to you this year for Christmas, and to help your wealth and well-being in every area of your life. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And what's today's golden egg? What are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about the unresolved issues that are playing out in money. And this is kind of the image I got the other day. So let's say that your relationship with money is mirroring your relationship with your father. Now, you may have loved your father. You may have had an awesome relationship with your father. But let's say your father struggled with money, or he struggled with self-esteem, or he struggled. And so you might be matching and mirroring some part of that. So when I say issue, I don't necessarily mean that, you've had a falling out or anything like that, but just the other part is the mirroring, right? And I shared on one of these lives about that I've discovered this belief that I had that men made the money. Nobody ever said that. My father absolutely spoke and backed up that the boys and girls could do whatever they wanted, right? Didn't matter, and which was really amazing. He was born in 1917, right? So it was really amazing that he had that really expanded point of view. So I had no idea that I was playing something out. But what I saw modeled to me growing up was my dad was a PhD, and he was very successful. He was one of the top sort of educators in Canada and traveled and spoke. And my mom raised 14 kids and stayed at home and really didn't touch the money. And so I had this model of men make the money. So these imprints, these early energetic imprints, can come in all kind of different ways. And if they go unchecked, if we don't actually notice them, look at them, then basically every dollar that comes in and out has got a hint of that energy signature on it. Now, do you know how many people I've worked with over the years who have not allowed themselves to create money or to be at ease with money because they were pissed off at one of their parents? So that's what the message of this egg was, is like, how much is this unresolved issue with your parent costing you? right? Because if your energy signature with money is connected to unresolved issues, then in every exchange you have, that issue is playing out. And how many financial exchanges do you have every single day? I'm laughing because it's kind of funny, and I don't think we should judge ourselves because you don't know till you know, right? And I want to say something. One of the reasons why I think money programs are a hard sell, and that's an interesting point of view, it's just a point of view. But I've just noticed, like, for me, I'm like, every person who wants to be at ease with money should be investing in things like this, right? But I think that what happens is we get into a comfort zone. We get into, and we don't even know we're in it. So I was just reminded about this in a conversation that I heard yesterday with Simone Milicis, who's used to be the worldwide coordinator for Access. And it was just, she was just reminding me of something that I've played with before, but it kind of brought it back up, which is that we have psychological comfort zones. We all know this, right? We have these comfort zones. But I hadn't specifically looked at the comfort zone with money and money as a comfort zone. So something to look at for yourself is, what's your comfort zone with money, right? What is that? So for some people, the comfort zone is, I make a lot, I spend a lot, and then I'm in trouble and I got to go make some more, right? So this is the comfort zone, right? For some people, the comfort zone with money is barely subsisting, or just like, okay, I go to work, I punch the clock, I get home, that's how I make money, and it's comfortable, right? For some people, like, they have to have way, way, way more than is required to feel comfortable. Like, there's all kind of, like, if you look at, and this is something that I'm going to really be diving very deeply into in the upcoming program, Becoming a Money Whisperer, is really looking at, okay, what's comfortable? Now, people go, I'm not comfortable struggling with money. Yes, you are, because you keep doing it. That's your comfort zone, right? Anything that you keep doing, even if you don't like it, even if it feels like crap, it's still your comfort zone. And this is something I learned a really long time ago, where I would be, especially when I was working a lot with people's trauma, I realized that people were really comfortable with their trauma. I would help them literally clear trauma, and I could see they would have to go create a fight with their spouse, or they'd have to do something because they were so uncomfortable not being in the comfort zone of stress. So stress can be a comfort zone. So comfort zone doesn't necessarily mean you feel comfortable, but it's actually business as usual. That's what I mean by the comfort zone. It's like, what is your business as usual with money, right? So part of what we're up against in changing our relationship with money is really going beyond the comfort zone, right? Like, my program that I'm going to be running next year is going to be a very intensive, really fun program, toying with the name of Conscious Baller. But that's the energy I'm stepping into with money, because it hasn't been comfortable. And there's a lot of reasons for that, including a nefarious birth father. But there's a place where my comfort zone has been being the good girl, right? And good girl in one way, rebel in another way. But I haven't been comfortable fully with stepping into this energy of what I call baller, which is like, the world is my oyster. There is nothing that's going to stop me. I'm going to create what I want. I'm going for it. I get to choose the life I want, the lifestyle I want, and I'm going to help everybody along the way. Like, I love the idea of just like giving random people money. Like, that's so fun to me. But there's a way that I haven't yet been comfortable with that. How do I know? I haven't created it yet. I mean, well, what's true is I let myself be a conscious baller for a little while, but not fully, right? And I tend to create consequences for myself when I do that. So what is your business as usual with money? And I want you to take a look and see, how's that turned into a comfort zone? If you keep doing it, it's your comfort zone. And where is it that you want to be? And that's the other question that we want to ask here. Yes, the comfort zone becomes uncomfortable. Yes, it does. You end up making a ton, then spending it. I also require way more money than is necessary to be comfy. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. So that's one of my favorite questions is, that I have to the universe is, how could you, dear universe, what would it take to have more money than I could ever spend and never enough? That's an access consciousness question. And I really love it because it's like there's this place that we get to, and I'm speaking to this pattern, Sarah, where you create a lot really fast, right? And because your nervous system, and I have this one too, this is part of what I'm changing because like I say, I'm a conscious baller for a little while and then I go, right? But what happens is that if your nervous system is not yet attuned to receiving on that level, then you'll get rid of it. So it's the make, spend, right? And like, I'm only okay if the number says this, right? But it's kind of like the live I did yesterday. Money, we want money to do stuff for us that it cannot do. Money is the wrong tool to make you feel secure. That's an inside job. Money is the wrong tool to make you safe. It's like trying to dig a hole in your backyard with a teaspoon. It's not the right tool for that. It can never really bring that or give you that, right? But so one of the things we're going to be working on in the program is because obviously a lot of us want more flow. Like there's people in the program actually that are very well off. And I really love that they're doing the program because they notice that even though they have this number that they thought if they had it, they would be secure, right? They still have the same insecurities playing out. Why? Because money can't solve security. Hello. So I don't care if you're a gazillionaire. Like we all need to look at this relationship that we have with money and make it more conscious, make it more ease, more fun, more play, right? So yeah, so the quick response to that, Sarah, and it's something that I'm also working on, is to increase the havingness and to increase the rest in the nervous system. And we're going to go into a lot of tools on how to do that. It's about learning how to receive bigger and bigger and bigger flow and being okay with being with it, sitting with it, having it rather than getting rid of it, right? So money actually desires three things. Money wants to be part of our having. It wants to be with us and help us make more of it, attract more of it. It loves to play. It loves to be spent. It loves to be invested and to create more money for us. So investing, having, and spending. And that's something that we're going to explore there. I am so excited for this part of the program because most people are so unconscious around the spending piece and they think that the answer is restriction and budgeting. You will not ever hear me say those two words in a sentence other than don't do that, right? There is a way that when your spending is connected really deeply with receiving and having, that your spending actually creates a vacuum that pulls more to it. You can actually make more when you spend, when you do it consciously, okay? So that's kind of a big nugget to drop in a Facebook Live. But there's a lot to that. There's really a lot to that. And if you do that unconsciously, then you get stuck in this cycle, right? But one of my targets for 2023 is to practice the the conscious receiving, expanding, and spending, because money actually really does love to be circulated, and it loves to be part of our funnest extravagant experiences, right? I believe that we really messed up money on this planet. I think it was always meant to be fun. I really do. And we kind of took a bad turn somewhere along the way. So, I believe that the more fun we're having in our lives, the more fun we're willing to have, and maybe fun's not your word, but play, joy, the more of that, that is a generative energy. That's an element. Those are elemental energies that actually generate more. But when you spend money and you go, eek a mouse, right? Or like, I know for myself, like what will happen is in that sort of spending cycle is like, oh, I can feel it over here, right? Oh no, right? And so in that, oh no, that's not conscious. We're going back into this constrictive energy. So in the program, we're really going to be diving in, because here's the thing. Let's say that you are your sort of cycle with money, your comfort zone with money is based on an unresolved energy that you have with someone, most likely a parent, okay? Then it's like all of the things, like whether we can have it, whether we have to get rid of it, is kind of based on like resentment, fear, distrust, betrayal. And so it's an interesting thing, right? Because a lot of conscious people, they don't want or don't like money because they can actually feel the energy on money. Like, have you ever like gotten cash and you could feel like kind of this heaviness in it? Now, a lot of us make that up, that that's about the cash. It's actually not about the cash. The cash is neutral. It's all the energy people put on it as they exchanged it, right? And so we feel, a lot of intuitives and sensitives, we feel like how money's been used on the planet, and we react to that. But how are you using money? What energy are you putting out when you exchange money? Are you looking for the best deal all the time, right? Nothing wrong with that if that's fun for you. But if you're trying to get the best deal because you don't want to spend too much, because you're trying to budget, because you're trying to, if you're trying to get a good deal out of contraction, that's not useful. And then that energy of contraction goes in that exchange, right? Because everything's energy. So how much contraction is in every exchange you have financially, right? When you pay a bill, when somebody pays you money, when you're promoting a program, right? Like, and how many, and this is something I help coaches with all the time, is like, how much do you project that person won't be able to, it will be hard for them to pay that. And so you're literally holding your client in a less than place, instead of really looking for a price point that feels good to you, that feels like, it's good market value, and let's have fun together and let's exchange, right? And really bringing people out of their limitation and into possibility, into generation, into creation. And so this is really deep. Like, I mean, I've been playing with money for a long time in terms of my awareness, in terms of learning how to generate it, learning how to have more fun with it, getting out of my family constructs. And in a certain way, I feel like I'm just beginning to come into a whole different universe with regards to money. At the end of the day, it's energy. And what's energy? Molecules, atoms, right? It's really just the relationship that we have with the entire universe, right? With the earth beneath us. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing, and you may have felt an energy shift just now, okay? So this energy that I have, that I use to support people in changing their molecules and changing their patterns, just sort of turned on. I call it molecular infusion. And what it does is it just opens space, and it helps people reorganize their molecules. So if you can feel this now or in the future, because energy doesn't stop. It's just not in one time zone. It can move in and out through the future. So whether you're listening to this now or in the future, I want you to get a sense of just the energy shift that just happened. Because it's, even though it's super subtle, I want to make a point here, which is that the energy that you're putting into money is continuing to create what's happening with money. You've got to change the energy you're putting into it in all the exchanges, right? And in this moment, as I'm doing this molecular infusion, I want you to allow yourself to just really kind of take a deep breath and just kind of drop out of the old comfort zone of what it has been, or even judging yourself. Hey, you know what? You cannot change if your first instinct is to judge where you've been. Like, that's another thing that we're really going to be focused on, is like, money is really just a choice. Whatever you did with it last week, last year, whatever, for your whole life, that was just a choice. And are you interested in making a new choice right now? Right? So as part of my daily content, which will come much in the form of lives, we're going to be doing some Zooms. There will be some days where I really just do some energy to kind of help your nervous systems and bodies step into a different space. And that different space is just a sense of peace with money, peace with exchange, knowing that it's there, knowing that it's all around you, knowing that it's walking with you, knowing that it's supporting your dreams, knowing that it's coming and it's here and it's being spent and it's just moving in circulating and nourishing you and nourishing the planet. Just allow yourself to feel that. Just allow yourself to feel that. Thank you, Sarah. I love when you call me a badass, because I think you're a badass. So when a badass calls me a badass, it makes me so happy. Like Pete and repeat, sitting on a fence. I love that, Mimi. Mimi, I'm so excited that you're doing this program. So basically, we're just talking about witchcraft with money, creating from vibration. Yes, in a certain way. But even witchcraft is sort of a it's a thing. It's somewhat of a container. It's maybe a way to look at it, but it's really beyond all of that. It's really, what I'm really talking about is having communion with money. Have you guys ever had the experience of oneness? Like maybe you were at a sound bath or whatever, somewhere cool in the world with some cool people, and you just felt connected to everything and everyone. And there was no separation. Anything that you see as separate from you, including money, anything that feels outside of you, is where you're doing separation and you're leaving the oneness. You're leaving communion. A lot of spiritual people are like, yeah, it's kumbaya, everybody love, love, love. And they're literally separating from money and calling money bad. Consciousness includes everything and judges nothing. Oneness includes everything, judges nothing. Communion includes everything and judges nothing. What if there was no separation between you and money? For reals. Can you feel that? Even if you can only touch this for a couple seconds. There's an energy running right now, and for those of you who recognize this energy and have been playing with it, if you've done my Live Your Magic, many of you have on here. Those of you, that's the energy that runs Live Your Magic, that event. Play with it. Turn it on in yourself. Say, whatever she's doing, turn my version of that on. Turn that version of that up. In the world of energy, we say it and it's so instantly. We can change energy so quickly. We have to have a way of sustaining that change and continuing that change for it to show up in the physical. which is why this program is 21 days, is why I did these 6 Facebook Lives. I wanted to be a consistent energy so people could kind of feel and be with it, because part of getting out of the comfort zone is being dipped in an energy that is new, and dipped and dipped and dipped and dipped until you start being it, until you start creating from that place. So allowing yourself to really be in the sort of communion with all things. My surfer behind me, right? With the space that you're in, the space that you're occupying. Imagine money, the energy of money, tingling throughout your whole body. What if it could be part of everything? No judgment, pure allowance. And you know that it comes, it goes, more comes, more goes. And it's all in the ever increase of becoming greater, choosing more life, having more life. Beautiful. All right, you guys. Thank you. Allow this energy to keep running. I imagine it's going to keep running in me for a while. And keep playing with that. No separation, simply inclusion. All the molecules. Dance with the molecules, everybody. Thank you again for this time, for your presence, for your engagement. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for desiring more and being the people that want to create more consciousness in every area of your life. And please, if you're thinking about joining the program, hop in. You know, the $144 deal, the holiday special, goes through Christmas Eve. And after that, it will be $247. And doesn't really matter if you choose $144 or $247. Come play, you know, and let's together heal this wound, heal this separation, and just step into a life of joy, of ease, of glory, of prosperity and abundance. Why not? You know, here's the dealio. I feel we've given struggle a really good go. We've given hard and struggle a really, really good go. Let's give joy a chance. Let's give ease a chance. Let's do it. All right, you guys. I hope to see you in the 21 days, and I will see you. I'll see you there. And of course, I'll pop in here sometimes, but listen to these again and again and again and again and again. There's so much gold in here. Happy holidays. Happy all the things. Mwah.